Let me go ahead and clean up that area there. I was doing my makeup earlier and my desk is a mess, to say the least. And it just cleans it up a little bit more. Just trying to make sure I'm in focus. Focus. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you...
Hi guys, today I have a review for you guys, and this is going to be on the Brow Stylist Plumper from L'Oreal. This is their brow gel mascara. It is tinted and I have the color medium to dark. Now I've been using this for about a month, and not because I wanted to test it out for that long, but only because I really haven't had a chance to sit down and talk about this particular product to you guys. So let me move my... I'm starting to flip my viewfinder inside just because I hate the fact that I look at it a lot. I don't mean to, it's a really bad habit. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about the Brow Plumper mascara today, and I wanted to kind of show you guys side by side. So the reason why I picked up this Brow Plumper or this brow gel mascara is because of the brush. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the sole reason why I picked it up, because the brush is so tiny and I really like that. And it really reminded me of the Benefit. This is their Gimme Brow, and I thought it was going to be as small as the one from Benefit, but it's not. It's quite a bit larger than... I'm trying to get it in the viewfinder so it can focus. I thought it was going to be as small as the Benefit Give Me Brow, and it's not, but it's still very small to where you can actually... It's more of a controlled application when it comes to this particular brush. Now I've been using it for a month, and what I've actually been loving to do is when I have no time to fill in my brows with a brow pencil or a pomade, and this has been my go-to because it sets them in place, but it slightly fills them in. Now, something that I do want to mention, this states on the website that it's meant to last all day, which I definitely agree, but it says that it's meant to fill in your brows. I agree with that to a certain extent. Now, if you have very sparse brows, it's not really, it's going to define them a little bit, but it's not going to completely fill them in. Because it's a gel mascara, it needs hair to grab onto in order for it to start filling them in. So for instance, here for me, where I have been trying to fill them in with this brow gel, it fills them in slightly, but not too much, because I don't have a lot of hair in this particular area. It doesn't fill them in too much. But the rest of my hairs, like up here, I have very sparse hairs, very thin hairs right up here where you can barely see them. It does fill in that area because there is hair. Even if it's fine hair, there's still hair there, so it makes it look more full, and I really like that. The longevity of it is amazing. It lasts all day long. The first time I actually applied it at night when I was washing off my makeup, clumps of product was actually coming off. Now that can actually happen if you over apply. When you're applying it, do one brow at a time because it does dry pretty quickly. So if you're doing one brow and then you want to go into the other brow to fill it in, definitely don't recommend you doing that because it does dry pretty quickly. And when you're trying to apply the second layer of it, you're almost clumping it up. It's making it look clumpy, kind of like when you apply, overly apply your mascara on your lashes. It's the same effect here, and then it starts leaving lumps of product in your brow, so some parts will look darker than other areas, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you the way that I've been applying it, and I find that it works best for me. I have been applying it without any type of wax on my brows, and I'm just brushing my brow hairs. Then I go ahead and pull out the product. Now when you pull out the product, there is quite a bit of product here at the tip, if you can see it. I just like kind of removing that portion of it, because if I don't, it's going to place it on my brows, and it's just going to be a mess to try to spread it out and stuff. And I'm just going to start, I've been starting by applying it more towards the front of my brows. Make sure there's not too much product on the brush, and I like brushing it upwards. And then I like going in to the remainder of my brow and then brushing these into place. And excuse my beanie, it's very, very dirty because I just did my makeup and my hair is not done, so that's why I wear beanies, because my hair is the last thing that I normally get done. I like the tip of this brush because you can really get very precise with it, and I really, really love it. I think this, the brush just is amazing. And then I go back into the front and just brush them upward and then just slide them to the side. And then I put it straight up so that I can get more of a defined line at the top. Again, make sure not to be applying too much because it can look quite unnatural. And then same thing here. I think this product is really, really great for those of you that have actual hairs on your brows, in order for you to help fill it in a little bit more. So if you can see, hopefully you can see the difference between this brow and this brow. This one is a little bit more defined and just slightly darker. It did fill in some of the hairs here at the top, but not too much to where it's super, super dark, which is fine. And then while the product is still quite wet on my brow, I go in and apply a little bit more, trying to make sure I'm in focus. I really like it a lot more than the Maybelline Brow Precise. I think that's what that one is called, because it has a huge lump, like ball at the end. It's pretty awful. And then I go in with the tip here just to kind of brush it upwards, and I do very small strokes to do hair-like hair-like strokes. And then I go back in with the larger part and brush it upwards. Now, if for some reason you get a little bit messy here like I did there, I just go back in with a concealer to try to clean that up as much as you can. But as you can see, it looks a lot more defined and a lot more full, if you can tell. The more product you apply, the darker it's going to get. So I like actually stopping there and then moving on to the next brow. The one thing that I will say though, it does feel a little bit, they feel a little bit hard, like especially here in this area here. If we start going like this, it feels a little bit tight after it's dried out completely. But if you touch it, it doesn't feel like you've applied hairspray on your hair or anything like that. So that's something that I really, really like about it. And the color does not fade throughout the day. And I mean, my kids are all over my face, so it's definitely kid proof. Sorry, that's my phone. Then if I have any straight hairs, I go in with my spoolie that I used earlier because I don't want to add too much more product, and I'm just gonna brush that out. And that is it. If you want a more defined look, you can definitely apply your brow pencil or your brow pomade. prior to doing this, or your brow powder, whatever it is that you use, and then use this to set it and then define them even more. I've actually been liking, just if I'm gonna run and I really have no time to fill in my brows, I've really been enjoying just using this, and it's very, very quick. And the fact that the spoolie and the brush is very, very small, you don't get very messy with it. So that's something that I also really, really do enjoy. Okay guys, so that is a quick review for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Somewhere along the video, I would have put the price of this brow gel mascara. I think it is great. I love the fact that the brush is really, really small, and I love the fact that it defines my brows enough to where they're not super, super defined, but it still gives me a very natural look, and it sets them in place and they look neat, and it's something that I love. Another thing that I really, really like is the fact that the color doesn't fade throughout the day and it doesn't really move around, so I really like it for that reason. And at the same time, my brows don't feel like they're crunchy and just like I just sprayed a lot of hairspray on them. That's something, again, that I really, really enjoy. I hope you found this review helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer them for you to the best of my abilities. Until next time guys, I will see you guys later. Bye.